Wow, imagine me making an actual video that is not an update or anything. Wow! Okay, so I'm not gonna make this a reaction, really. Well, it's not gonna be a live reaction like I usually do, because I already watched it. I couldn't contain myself, I'm sorry. But holy frick. Oh my god. First of all, Molten Boy! Molten Boy! I love Molten. I love him. And seeing him back, kind of interacting with Bryan. Also him interacting with Pat. Who, let's just say for a second, Pat has a very valid reaction to this. I mean, imagine, you just go for a bit of a job, you end up taking care of animatronics who are sentient, 1. 2, one of them's possessed. 3, you're talking to a molten spaghetti boy, and apparently this is not what you signed up for. I mean, even Pat acknowledging, I should look through the pamphlets because there must be something on there for some emotional support. And me just being like, nope, you're your own emotional support. Finally, Pat questioning why anyone, gives no one anything. Really, it took Bryan, going insane to get him some damn emotional support. Any kind of support, man. It took a while for him to actually get freaking therapy. And then there's Pat who's, taking initiative. I know I'm gonna go insane. So, But, oh my god, my favorite quote for the entire freaking thing was just Gator saying, "Here, have some Gator Grip. It'll help keep you together," while Pat's having an emotional breakdown, and he's saying, how he needs to pull himself together. I love that. I just wanted to add saying, Gator Grip, to keep your emotions together, as well as to tighten any gaps. I have to work on that, but, you get what I mean. Gator Grip, good for your emotional well-being and any of your other items that need any mending. Just, please. I love that. Also, Molten and Bryan, we got some breakthrough. But then the freaking systems just had to go and reset, didn't they? Also, question. Why did it not respond to Molten's code thing? That's a question. Because no one's asking that. How the heck did it not work if Molten's the one who implemented the code? Think about it. It could... I don't know. This is just a rough thing. I'm not making this, an hour long. I'm gonna keep it short. But, since we started off the series with Bryan and only Bryan and Pat's POVs, we don't know what happened since this is 3 months after. So, could something have happened in between those 3 months? Maybe Bryan woke up, actually, sometime in between there, but since the data couldn't fully be reloaded, or, maybe he had a system reset, maybe someone messed with his programming, since someone had to take over the restaurant, and someone had to, take over this and go through all the animatronics. So, if Bryan actually woke up at one point, maybe another person overrode Molten's ability to prevent him from resetting and implemented their own code instead. And that might be where we get our quote-unquote villain. I'm not sure. Seems like a good reason, though. I don't know. It seems like a valid point. And, I don't know, it seems like something they would do. But I was so excited for a second. But I'm also scared. Because, on one hand, I want Bryan back because, it feels so weird. But at the same time, he seems happy not remembering any of that traumatic past. You don't want him to go back to that. It's would you rather live with that anxiety, PTSD, and legit other issues which we don't have enough time to list? Or do we just, forget it and, fucking move on? I don't know. I feel like it might be for the best that he doesn't remember. But at the same time, it kind of feels weird because Bryan is stuck in there. Because, Molten said now, his spirit's trying to take over, and apparently it's gonna take, either a month or a few days, or they don't know. MOLTEN and Davis really be sounding like the paranormal doctors, though. Just like, hey, what's wrong with your child? Hey, they keep having these weird time lapses in their memory. What, do you know what's going on with my child, please? Just like, oh, they have a classic case of freaking possession. Just like, what? Yes, it's gonna take a few days to heal. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. It leaves so many weird questions. And then freaking Pat. Can we just say how much of a god Pat is for, like, putting up with all this? Like, the character Pat. Because, like, remember his whole family life's fricked up. That's a whole nother issue. Now he has to deal with a possessed boy. And sentient animatronics who are all calling him Dad Pat. Pat Dad. I'm pretty sure. Papa Pat? Papa Pat, please. But, like, I don't know. Also, how Davis acknowledges what Pat's feeling, and we all know he was feeling this at one point. But we even have to say, Pat's even taking it a bit better than Davis did, honestly. Like, Pat's doing a whole lot better. But I think that's mainly just because this isn't the first time, like, he realized that the animatronics were sentient. Like, I don't know. He seems to be doing a bit better than Davis. And Davis just a stressed boy. Now he has to deal with Bryan being stuck in a suit. Just like, right when I thought you were dead. I don't know. And poor MOLTEN, man. Like, he's having to go through this, remembering what he did to Bryan, and then he just forgets everything that happened in the past 30 minutes. And Bryan's just, well, I don't know. I feel like we should keep the Steve thing, but, like, when Bryan's spirit's not in control, it's Steve. But when Bryan's in control, it's Bryan. I feel like that should be the thing. Like, that should be what they do. Kind of like how in FTO with Lucas, they have Galvin and then they have Lucas. Like, they're two separate beings. Because technically they are. I mean, there's Bryan and then there's Steve, who doesn't really remember anything and is not, like, completely active. I don't know. Because it seems like those are the two different personalities side to him. And I'm really excited to see how this goes, because it also seems like he completely forgets, like, about Pat and everything in those modes, which is why I think it's just two separate personalities, since at once he doesn't remember anything about Pat at all. Poor boy. But then the next minute he remembers everything, but he doesn't remember his past. So, like, they're probably going to find a way to combine the two, like his present memories and his past memories. Because, remember, this is soul stuff, woo, and this is FNAF, so it has to be complicated. I mean, we all know, when it's related to FNAF, it's gonna be complicated. I also have a feeling they haven't brought up Bryan's book at all, and that's making me really anxious, because I want to see what he put in there. Like, I know it's probably just the codes for the animatronics and everything, but he also had other stuff in there, probably. And Twisted Bonnie's not showing us any of it. I want to know. I want to know what's in that book, man. They better not save that till the very end of the series, or I swear. But, I mean, at least, you know what? Let's look on the right side. At least MOLTEN knows where Bryan is now. MOLTEN knows where Bryan is now, so that's good. That's kind of good. But at the same time, I mean, it's not really the same person, and he's trying to get, like, he's thinking of it as, like, he doesn't care about Steve, he cares about Bryan. He doesn't care about Steve at all. And meanwhile, there's Pat, who's like, I just want to have my boy. Like, and then there's poor Davis, who's just like, I'm a freaking CEO, I have shit to deal with. Can you please not put this on me? I have shit to do. Just, oh my lord. It's like one messed up thing after another, and for some miraculous reason, Pat's taking this. But, yeah. That's really it, I think. I mean, I can't wait to see the next one. Honestly, I can't wait. I want to see how Pat just seems to be, like, he's losing it, but not in a bad way. He's just completely overwhelmed, doesn't know what the heck to do, and has so much else to deal with in his life that now he has to process the fact that there's a possessed ghost in one of his friends. Like, and, like, and Steve doesn't even know. He's just acting like his old self when Bryan just went on a complete rant. And he's like, oh, hey, MOLTEN! Meanwhile, Pat's just trying to process everything and trying to act normal because he knows that probably Steve doesn't remember. Oh my god. This is all just a complete wreck. And I'm still waiting. Bryan said that there was going to be more on his characters past this season. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that information, bro. I'm waiting for that tea. I want more of that tea. I need that. I mean, we got a bit of it, but, like, I need more. I need more, man. Like, maybe it kind of explains how he wasn't so freaked out when he went to go see the animatronics in season 1. I don't know. But I really want to see. I want to get more. And I also want to know, because usually by now there's some sort of villain, like, quote-unquote, or villains, or bad guys at least. So far, it doesn't seem like there's any bad guys or villains yet, which is very surprising, especially for Bryan. I mean, we had Springtrap, and he was kind of there. Like, even if he's not the villain, he was there the entire time. Like, and so far, Davis isn't the villain, MOLTEN isn't the villain. Like, since he's already been a villain, I feel like it wouldn't make sense for him to become the villain again. So, either it's gonna be Vanny, but even then, I feel like I feel like they should start introducing these villains now. Like, whoever the villain's gonna be, they really have to start introducing them. Like, soon. I don't know. It seems weird that they're saving this. Maybe they're trying to get Bryan's memory back, and then, because in the trailer to this season, there was, like, this whole thing with Bryan. Maybe Bryan just has to take control first, and then we can get on to, like, the plot and all that. Maybe just this whole entire, like, section of the story is just them trying to get Bryan back and, like, trying to make him coexist with freaking Steve. Because at this point, I'm just doing Steve and Bryan. Because it makes sense. Like, I feel like MOLTEN saying, like, that's your real name, Bryan. Like, I feel like there's two separate, because there's a robot side to him, and then there's the actual person. Well, robot/sentient. Kind of like was it Glamrock? Yeah, Glamrock. The Glamrock animatronics. Kind of like, they're sentient, but they're not possessed, because we know that, because Bryan made them. And I really don't think he would make them possessed. So, they're not possessed, they're just sentient. I feel like that's what Steve is. But Bryan is the actual person, the spirit. Which is why MOLTEN's saying, like, he's trying to take over the body. But in that case, then how the hell are you calling Steve Bryan if you know that he's not Bryan? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I also don't know what the heck is going to happen once Bryan comes back. Because based on the trailer, it seems like he knows something. Also, the fact that we heard that really weird, ominous voice attached to him, which I'm still scared about. What the heck is happening with that? Like, that was kind of like a one-time gig, and it's like, oh, we're not gonna explain that. Just gotta wait. And I'm here like, can you please at least give us something, like a deep voice? Something to give us more on that, please? Like, he said, the portal can't be completely gone, I think. Like, there might be something to do with the portal, especially since MOLTEN is there. So, like, that's still a thing. Also, freaking miracle that park is still going. Like, damn. What kind of commercial stuff did they have to do there to, like, keep it running? The questions I have. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there because I've been going on a rant. So, yeah. I'm getting back, woo! So I shall see you all at some other point in the future. Goodbye.